Welcome back, cruisers! This week we're sailing on Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Our itinerary includes Nassau, Bahamas, Falmouth, Jamaica, and Labadee, Haiti. We're traveling with my dad celebrating his 75th birthday, as well as our kids and grandkids this week. We were super excited for this trip, but it's starting to feel like a cursed cruise. It all started before we even departed from Fort Lauderdale. There was a medical emergency that required the ship to offload a passenger right at the pier before we even left. The Broward County Sheriff, ambulance, and fire rescue pulled up to the port just before 5 p.m. Looked like a passenger was loaded into the ambulance, and they did appear to be responsive, and hopefully they'll make a full recovery. So we finally set sail around 5:30, and the next morning we arrived in Nassau, and the port was already busy. Not only were we ported with the Wonder and the Explorer of the Seas, but we were also with 2 celebrity ships and a Carnival one as well. So lots going on at the port. We spent the day on the Blackbeard's pirate ship excursion with our kids and our grandkids, which was a great tour. We'll have a video coming from that soon, so you'll want to check that one out. But while we were off on that excursion, apparently the gangway had to be shut down. From what we understand, there was a death on board, and passengers were only allowed to get back on board. Nobody was able to get off the ship for a short while. By the time we returned from the pirate tour, everything was back to normal, and we ended up departing Nassau only about an hour behind schedule. Right around dinner time, we noticed that the ship had turned around, and it looked like we were actually headed back towards Nassau. We looked on the cruise mapper and noticed that all the other cruises were still headed on track, so we figured something was going on. A short while later, the captain did announce that we were in fact returning to Nassau and that there had been another medical emergency. We returned to our cabin as the Nassau pilot was being transferred aboard to guide us back into the port. So as we pushed up against the pier, an ambulance was driving towards the gangway. It was only a few minutes before the paramedics had the patient loaded and they were off. But we were shocked because all of a sudden we noticed that there was a second ambulance pulling onto the pier. Once again, the paramedics worked quickly to retrieve the patient from the ship. It seems like these medical emergencies are becoming more and more frequent, but this was the 4th unrelated in 48 hours. This morning, we're headed for Jamaica, and the captain just announced that our arrival will be a little bit delayed by just a few hours due to our unscheduled stop from last night. That's not so bad since we were delayed about 5 hours last night. They're going to make up about 3 hours, or he's going to try to, which will leave us cut about 2 hours short. That's not bad to help out and make sure that people get the best medical attention that they can. So while I can think of a few worse ports to have a medical emergency and be dropped at, this is just another reminder as to why it is so important to carry travel insurance. Make sure you do it. It's not that expensive. It always seems like, well, and especially if you have, several people traveling in your party like we do. I mean, it does add up, but it is 100% worth it. They even have plans you can get for a year, so if you travel often, you might want to check out a yearly plan. That's the one that we have. I think it's $400, and it covers all 6 of us for the entire year. So, might want to check into that as well. Okay, well, hopefully the rest of this cruise is going to be uneventful. Everybody else is going to stay healthy, but if there's anything else, we'll be sure to let you know. As always, our thoughts and prayers are with the passengers that needed medical attention this week, as well as their families, and hope everybody is able to get back to cruising soon. Until next time, bye for now.
Okay, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and see where we're going next. Bye for now.